Hello everyone, this is Roxas1559, and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda, The Wind Waker. Last time, we ended up taking some photos around Windfall Island, and in this part, we're actually going to start up with the plot, now that we have a sail. Yes, I have. Only cost me 80 rupees. Not that you would be able to tell, I was able to fill out my wallet pretty easily. So pretty much here's your instructions for sailing. You have to equip the sail to one of the sail button, to one of the face buttons, the Y, Z, or X button, and you have to hit that button once to bring the sail out. Whatever direction the wind is facing is the direction that the boat will go faster in. That doesn't mean that it's impossible to go the complete opposite way. If you put away the sail with the A button, you could actually cruise with the R button, but cruising is extremely slow, which explains why it took from night to day to get to Windfall Island after our Forsaken Fortress mishap. So, how will I be handling the Great Sea? Well, the Great Sea is very big. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be speeding it up until we get to islands. If we get to islands in which I end up doing something on that island, then I will basically take care of things. Now what you can do, as you can see, this is the Tingle chart. You bring up charts by hitting up on the D-pad. What I'm trying to do is a sail trick. Pretty much in the original Wind Waker, there was a trick to where if you put the sail away and then launch it back out immediately at the right time, you will basically go a lot faster. This was remedied in the HD version, which what is known as the Swift Sail. But before we go to our first destination, Dragon Roost Island, we're going to stop here on Pawprint Island. Pawprint Island is home to a group of enemies you need to get used to seeing, because we're going to be seeing them this entire game. Now, you might be questioning, why am I already on this little island? Well, because we can get a piece of heart here. And with that piece of heart, we'll be able to get our first full heart container. So, welcome to the inside of Pawprint Island. Just gonna chop down some trees. And what enemies do we have to deal with? We have the illustrious Choo-Choos. Yep, so Choos are right here. These are the red Choos. They drop red Chew Jelly, like this one right here. So we got some red Chew Jelly. Keep it in your spoils bag. Every 10 that you give to the Chew Shop Man will grant you a red potion. Red potions are useful for restoring your health and your hearts. I believe they restore a total of 8 at maximum. I could be wrong. There are other types of chews that we will be encountering, such as green and blue and the illustrious yellow chews, although blue is a little bit more illustrious. There are multiple areas inside here. As you can see, we're going to need something to blow up that rock right there, and this one right here. But we can still get the main treasure that is here, and that is the piece of heart, which is over here. First things first, we need to deal with all these little Choo-Choos. I love the Chew design inside Wind Waker. That pretty much carried over for a lot of the handheld games too. I just love them. I think they're adorable. But let's grab ourselves our 4th heart piece. And you got a heart piece. That's the 4th piece, completing another heart container. Your life energy has increased by 1 heart. Sweet. So before even the first well, technically second dungeon, we have 4 hearts. Again, I just don't consider the Forsaken Fortress a dungeon. I consider it an island that I do something on. Especially because with what we're gonna go into an actual dungeon that has things like keys. Maybe that's what I determine dungeons as, now that I think about it. It has to have keys and locked doors. Anyway, while we're out here, the King of Red Lions will be right out over here. So what we can do is we can sail over this way. And since we're close enough to Dragon Roost, we can end up taking care of some things. But there's also some other things around the Great Sea that will end up showing up, which is why I didn't speed up this part as much. And that is towers. Sometimes in the Great Sea, there are towers that have bokoblins, sometimes wizrobes inside them. And what we can end up doing is we can get little treasures if we go towards them. What I also was interested in is the fact that Beetle's shop ship is all the way out here. I've never seen Beetle's ship out in the middle of the Great Sea like this, especially around Pawprint Island. And he's got hoi pears, but I don't need any. Now you might be wondering, well, what about the all-purpose bait? Well, we're going to be using that soon enough. But for right now, let us use our sail. It pushed us back a little bit for some odd reason. and let us go into right here. Now, there are numerous towers around the Great Sea for this. I'm not going to be going to every single one. I'm just going to this one to show it off. I'll be going to ones that give us decent prizes later on. Not only is there towers that appear out of the Great Sea, there's some other things too that I will get into later. But here are some telescope bokoblins. So let us kill them. Now, if enemies fall into the water, they pretty much instantly die. So I go under the assumption that they are devil fruit users and cannot swim. So, come on. Come over here. Come on. There we go. I was trying to lure them away, so then I didn't get that. And, as you can see, since we ended up killing them all, a chest appears. And we didn't get a joy pendant. That was the whole reason why I came here. Open this up. And we get just a couple of rupees. This is why I'm not going to be doing every single one of these towers, because really, it's pointless. There are some that give you some decent prizes, I will admit. And usually those ones are ones that have cannons on the side of them. Yes, some of these outlooks have cannons on them that will shoot cannonballs at you if you try to get near them. What also shows up from time to time are barrels with flags on them. End up going through the two barrels, and you can get to a little mini game to where you can get a bunch of rupees. Over time, the rupee amount increases from 1 to 5 to 10 to, I believe, 20 if you're fast enough. See, these are the barrels right there. If you just go right through them, barrels will start showing up. You just simply have to jump with the R button over to grab the rupees. I do this sometimes when I'm speeding through the Great Sea because it's a good way to build up rupees, especially because later in the game I'm going to be getting myself a lot of money. All right. But either way, we're here. Our destination, Dragon Roost Island. And I can already hear that copyright claim being done. Dragon Roost Island, you have such amazing music that Nintendo likes to copyright it. Oh well. Valoo, huh? Well, he's a new deity. Din's Pearl. You mean bird people? Sounds like a good idea. I mean, we need to have the token item that this game is named after. So, how do you use the Wind Waker? You use the C stick and point in whatever direction you want. So, you can play in 3/4 time, 4/4 time, and 6/4 time. 4/4 time, you have to hit left on the analog stick. 6/4 time, you have to hit right on the analog stick. Then you use the C stick to play the melodies that you can acquire throughout the game. Yes, you do need to remember that, because there are some 6/4 songs that you get well into over halfway in the game that I don't fully remember. They're the only songs in the game I always forget. But pretty much we have the namesake of this game, The Wind Waker, but we have no songs for it. Well, that's kind of lame. Well, if we go back over this way, we can get ourselves our first song of the game. Now, you can do this after you do the dungeon. You don't have to do this first, but I always do this first just to get it out of the way. But looks like there's markings here, and whenever you see markings like this, pull out your Wind Waker and use it. I also love that the detail that if you're on a ledge, that Link will actually be standing on it. As you can see, you have more than ample time to play these songs. So, we have learned the Wind's Requiem. And with that, we can now change directions of the wind. Hello, Zephos. You wouldn't happen to know what a Landorus is, would you? Gave me hell in the Unova region. Very helpful, and actually required for the game. Well, that's not good. All right. So, Cyclos and Zephos, two wind gods that are based off of Shinto mythology. We're going to be encountering Cyclos, and I should mention, Cyclos and Zephos are a missable trophy with your camera. What do I mean by that? You cannot take a picture of Zephos. You only see Zephos inside cutscenes. Cyclos, however, we will be encountering on the Great Sea at times. What he does is, whenever there are a bunch of cyclones around, if you fall into one, you'll get sucked up and warped to a random location of the main islands in the game. What do I mean by that? One of the main islands of the game is where you'll end up. So you, for example, if I were to go onto the Great Sea and find one of Cyclos' cyclones and fall into it, what would end up happening is I have a chance of being teleported to Dragon Roost, but at the same time, I also have a chance of being teleported over to Outset Island. There is a method to dealing with Cyclos, and that will be coming in later in the game. And I should mention, dealing with Cyclos, you will have to do in this game. The game isn't really too specific on that, which is one downside I will give to Wind Waker. It doesn't really give you as many hints, which to some people that's a good thing. To me, I was able to figure it out easily, what I needed to do. So that's always good. But since we've blown up these rocks, we need to find our way to get to the Rito tribe, which is this way. So now I've opened it up to where it's easy for us to get to the Rito tribe from now on, if I can climb up this ledge. And, my goodness, it's Birdman! Why, yes. I have a boat. It talks. Well, better hope so. Ooh, that would be very helpful. All right. So, but friend the chieftain, maybe he'll know about a way to get to Valus, so we can get ourselves that Din's Pearl that King of Red Lion wants us to get. But I also sense mini games coming up soon. But first things first, I must make a good impression. By good impression, I mean I must break all their pots. I am Link, Pot Smasher, and Degenerate. Yes, I am. Quill. Oh, I get it. I feel so sorry for you, Quill. That's good. Of course. He wasn't really raging, he was really just sitting there. And somebody's walking in the background and it is annoying me. Huh. Oh, so that's how you get wings. What happens if a human grabs one of them? I'm very curious about this. The reason why I'm curious about it is because of something we'll find out later in the game. I'm just really curious what happens if a human were to get one of the wings. Would he become a Rito? Or would something else happen? Well, that's not good at all. So what is the coming of age for a Rito? Is it like 8 or something? I say this because I'm pretty sure it's implied that Prince Kamali is younger than this incarnation of Link, which I'm assuming is 12. If we're going with Hero of Time logic. And the manga. All right. Oh, it will. And from Quill, we get the delivery bag. How appropriate. We got it from a postman. With the Rito delivery bag, we can store certain items inside of here and show them off to other people, such as delivering letters. All right. Bye, Quill. I'm gonna accidentally call him Kui one of these days because I've been watching a lot of Dragon Ball Z lately. All right, so Medley is upstairs, but I feel a mini game a-coming, and it's with you. Hi, Postman. Huh? Well, I answered my question of what happens when a human gets a, Rito, gets a Velu scale. No, he's just supposed to be a Rito, but this is the Postman. How appropriate. The Postman is of the bird tribe inside this game. So what we have to do is we have to match the seal on the envelope with the same icon in there and throw it out. Pretty much throw the A button, and before time runs out, we have to get a certain amount of letters. So we have to get 10. The problem with this minigame I have is that the thing could be a little bit sensitive, the analog stick. You don't get penalized if you push one in the wrong one, besides it saying, you screwed up, which is a good thing because I do it more than one occasion. But our goal is we have to play this game 3 times. We have to get 10 letters our first time to prove ourselves, which is why we have gotten 21. And then we have to get 25 letters. And then we have to get 25 letters again. So we get 1 rupee for each one, so we get 10 rupees for this one, even though technically we should be getting 20 rupees. Not that it matters too much. This is a little way to get money. If you so want, you can do this whenever you want, but obviously we're doing this for a piece of heart. So let us try this again. I think this is one in which I fail because I stall too much and I screw up. You get really lucky when the letters double up on each other, so here's me screwing up right there. All right. And as you can see, I'm running low on time. This game isn't too hard. It just takes a little bit of reflexes, and I've found that my reflexes, as of late, have just been absolutely terrible, which is why me playing, like, Bayonetta would be a terrible idea. So I got 22, so I managed to do that. All right, so I guess I was wrong. So 20 letters, and now next time we need to get the 25 letters, and then we need to get 25 letters again. So 25 letters or more, our salary will really jump. It'll jump to 3. So you can get 75 rupees if you end up sorting this. So I'm screwing up royally. This might be the one in which I screwed up. Yeah, because I stalled too long. Wow, my reflexes are really slow. I'm embarrassed by them. I mean, I'm not even that high. I've not even gotten 20. I didn't even get, I got 19, wow. All right, so let's try that again, because I want to do this now. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Seriously, this is how your mail is handled. This is what I like to think how mail is handled in the future. Or how it's handled now, actually. Even though I know that is not the case, because in that case... No, actually, this would explain why I keep on getting lost letters and lost packages in the mail, which has been annoying me lately. But that's another topic. And again, we are on the island with the postman. Right? And 25 exactly. You expect me, because of my great courage, to be able to sort letters. I didn't realize that one of the prerequisites of being courageous was sorting letters. Well, then again, you could get paper cuts. Those things sting like the dickens. But I think now that we're done with that, we have to do it one more time, but here's Medley. So before we can talk to Komali, we need to talk to her. And hey, my hat's not that strange. You are just adorable. Pretty much that is this game in a nutshell. I will say this is adorable because I love the cel-shaded chibi look that they went for. Screw the controversy around this game, I love it. And we get the father's letter. So now we can put it inside our delivery bag. Our delivery bag finally gets use. And we just barely got it. So pretty much, delivery bag is like how it works for spoils bag and for your bait bag. You have to go into the bag by hitting one of the face buttons and then assign whatever you have highlighted inside the bag to one of those buttons. All right, I'll come out there later, but for right now, we gotta go to see Prince Komali, which inside the manga version of this game, I love the interactions of Link. For those who have never seen it, I highly recommend reading the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker manga. I don't know if it's official or not. I do know that people are speculating that it's actually fan-made, but the art is really good. It's a 4-coma style manga, and it's absolutely hilarious how they portray Link. You're sounding like me, kid. That's never a good thing. Never sound like Roxas when you're going to a depression. Never sound like him. It's a bad thing. Yeah, I probably can. Such as giving me that lovely little pearl that you're holding right there. And here's me looking around to see if Prince Komali has any pots that I can break, but unfortunately he is smart and has hidden them from me. Darn it! Here I was going to break all of his worldly possessions. Looks like the next best thing is to prove him wrong and then take the thing he holds dear. That pearl he's holding. I must have it. But now that we've gone through an entrance and come back out, we're gonna find out that the part-timer has started up right here. Why, yes I am. Oh, curb your enthusiasm. I know. I am amazing. I am amazing. Keep stroking my ego. And we need the 25-letter sort, huh? Very well. We shall sort the 25 letters. Show out our awesomeness. Pretty much, you have to do this game. This is the last time you have to do it if you want the piece of heart. So, let us keep mailing it out. Surprisingly doing pretty well compared to, oh, there it goes. All right. Come on. Can I get 26? Oh, so close to 26. Calm down, man. It's just letters. And we get the note to Mom. Oh, it's so touching you could cry. Reminds you of the fact that your parents are gone, Link, and never mentioned in this game. That's why you live with your grandmother. Oh, wait. Okay, that was mean even for me. All right, so we need to go to a post box outside to mail this. So that's going to be the last thing we do, and then we're going to be ending off the episode, ladies and gentlemen. So let us head on out and get ourselves a mailed letter. This is where we'll be able to get the piece of heart, and we won't be able to get the piece of heart for a bit, which is why I'm just going to mail it right now so then we can get it as soon as possible. So let us talk to the mailbox and present our letter. So, postage is only 5 rupees? Sure. Alright, but anyway guys, I'm gonna end it off right here. This has been Roxas1359. Next time, we're gonna be meeting Medley over by the Dragon Roost Caverns.